Hi all, welcome to Data Analytics and BI. In this tutorial, we will discuss about the text functions in Power BI. So what are all the text functions? So these text functions are used to combine any two text, or if you want to extract anything from the text, we can extract by using the left, right, or if you want to convert the case to upper or lower, we can use the text functions. So whatever we discussed in the data transformation techniques for formatting the data, for splitting the data, splitting the column, formatting the column. So we have those in Power BI desktop also, but we use DAX. Instead of using the options available in the data transformation techniques, we use DAX functions to make the same changes, or if you want to add any data, any column, so we use DAX functions. Let us see the function one by one. The first and foremost function is the left function. The first and foremost text function is left function. So what is the left function? It will extract the number of characters from the starting of the string. Okay, now let us see. Now let me click on the go to modeling and click on new measure. So let us take the left function. Left equal to, so I can directly write left. Okay, click on the tab. So what happens once we click on the tab, we get the syntax that is used for the function. So based on the different functions, the syntax and the parameters are different. So what is the definition of the left function? Returns the specified number of characters from the start of the text string. And what are the parameters it is taking? Text, comma, number of characters. What is the text that we want to give and the number of characters. Okay. For example, if I write, okay, whenever we try to write any text data, whenever we try to enter any text data, always remember to use the double quotes. So let me go for Power BI. Okay, Power space BI. And what is after clicking on the comma, what we have got, number of characters is highlighted in the blue color. Okay, what do we want to do? So we need to give the number of characters that we want to extract. So let me write 5 and close the bracket. So what is the syntax of left function? So left function is used to, okay, it will extract the number of characters, okay, number of characters from the left side of the text string. Left side of the text string. Let me click on enter. Okay, let me click on enter. So if you want to see the data, what do we need to do? We need to click on the card visual and click on the left. Okay, now what do you see? We see power. Okay, why power? Because we entered 5. POWER are the 5 characters. So what we are trying to do, we have extracted the first 5 characters by using the left function. So I can also go to the table view, and I can also extract something from the full name. For example, if I want to extract the first 3 characters from the full name, I can do that. So how do we do that? Click on the table tools and click on the new column. Okay. So what I can also use this left functions in the calculated column also. Now what we are trying to do, we are trying to create a column based on the existing column in the table. So let me write left function equal to, so left, okay, left, click on enter. So the text, in place of text, what do? We enter the column name. So let me enter full name. Okay, let me enter full name, comma, number of characters that we want to extract. So let me go for clicking 3 characters. Okay, click on enter. So if you see, we have extracted the first 3 characters from the left side of the text string. So this is left. Now let us go through the right. Okay, right function. So let me click on new column here. So what do? So let me write right equal to, so right function. So what is the definition of the right function? Returns the specified number of characters from the end of the text string. Okay, we can extract from the end of the text string. So what do? I'll write full name, comma, I would like to extract the last 5 characters. Okay, and close the bracket. From the full name, I can extract Somnath, okay, MNATH, okay, last 5 characters, KHAN, okay, Chari, okay, AMMED. So this is what we can extract the first 5 characters by using the left function. Last 5 characters or whatever the number of characters that we can extract. So we can extract by using the right. So we can go from the end of the text, okay, end of the text string. So this is right function. Now let us go through another function called as mid. Okay, let us go through another function called as mid. So go to modeling, click on new measure. Okay, the name itself says that we can extract the text from the middle of the string. Okay, what is mid function? It will extract middle of the characters in the string. Okay, middle of the character from the string. So let me enter mid. Okay, so what is the parameters it is taking? The first parameter is text, comma, what is the start position and number of characters that we want to extract. What is the definition that we have? Returns a string of characters from the middle of the text string given a starting position and length. Okay, for example, let me give the text as welcome. Okay, so what is the starting position? I would like to extract COME. Okay, I would like to extract COME. So how many characters? 4 characters. And what is the starting string that we want to extract? WEL. Okay, we would like to extract it from the 4th character. Okay, C comes at the 4th character. And how many characters that we want to enter? 4 characters. COME. And now let me click on enter. Okay, so let me take the card visual and take mid. So what we can extract the mid. Okay, we can extract mid characters. Okay, extract mid characters based on the position, and number of characters. So this is mid function. And the next function is length function. Okay, what is length function? We have already seen in the previous videos the length function, which is used to find out the number of characters in the text. Okay, for example, let me click on the table tools, click on the new column. Okay, let me write LENGTH equal to LEN, length. Okay, returns the number of characters in a text string. So let me take the employee first name, close the bracket and click on enter. SAI 3 characters, Supriya 7 characters, Asif 4 characters, Irshad 6 characters, Srikanth 8 characters. So we can get to know the number of characters. Okay, what is length function? Number of characters in a text string. Okay, in the text string. This is length. Now let us go through the next function, that is replace. Okay, go to modeling, click on new measure. So now let us write replace. The name itself says that we can replace the text string. Okay, what is the text string? Let me write replace. Okay, so what is the parameters it is taking? What are all the parameters it is taking? It is taking old text, comma start position, comma number of characters, comma new text. Okay, what is the definition? Replaces part of the text string with a different text string. So now let me write what is the old text. Let me write Google Power BI. Okay, Google Power BI. Okay, what is the starting position that we want to replace? Okay, that the starting position is 1. Okay, so it starts from G and number of characters. How many characters that we want to replace? GOOGLE. Okay, 6 characters. Okay, what is the 6 characters that we want to replace with the new text? Now let me go with Microsoft and close the bracket. Okay, Microsoft, close the bracket and click on enter. Okay, now let us take the card visual and take replace. Now you see, so it is Microsoft Power BI. So we can replace the text by using the starting position, number of characters, and the new text. So now let us go through right click, new measure. Let us go through the next function, repeat. Repeat. What is repeat? If you want to repeat the text for number of times. For number of times. So function name is rept. Okay. So repeat text in a given number of times. Okay. Repeat a text in the given number of times. For example, if I give the text hi, okay, I would like to repeat this text for 3 times. Okay. And let me click on enter. Now let me take this and enter the data. Now you see hi, it is getting been repeated for the 3 times. And we can also enter the number of times as 5 times. So it will be repeated for the 5 times. So this is repeat. And what is the next function? Search. Okay. So right click and click on new measure. Okay. The next function is search equal to. Okay. What is the definition of search? Search will search the value from the left to right. Okay. What is search? It will search the text from left to right. Okay. Left to right. Once it is found. Okay. Once it is found, it gives the position number. Okay. The position number. Let us see what are the parameters it is going to take. Search. Okay, you see, returns the starting position of one text string within another text string. And what is the thing that it is giving? Search is not a case sensitive. Let us see that why it is not case sensitive. Okay, for example, find text. What is the text that we want to find? BI, comma, within the text. So where do we want to find out? Power BI. Okay, Power BI. And what is the start position? The start position is 1. Let it go from the beginning. Okay. And for example, this BI text is not found. So what do we do? So let me go for 0 if it is not found. And what is, let me click on enter. Okay, let me click on enter. So let me take card visual. And what is that? Search. So what is the position of BI? Okay, the position of BI is POWER, 5 characters. B starts at 6th character. So this is BI. For example, if I give Y, okay, let me click on enter. So it is giving us 0 because not found value, we gave it as 0. So that is Power BI. For example, if I give small BI, okay, I'm trying to give small BI. Okay, it is giving 6. Okay, search is not case sensitive. Search is not case sensitive. Either we can give the text in the capital letters or in the small letters. The next function is find. Let us see what is the difference between search and find. Both of them are same, but we have one small difference. Find is also used to find the text within the text, but it gives position as the output. Okay, let us see. Let me write find. Okay, find the text. Let us go with the same example. BI, comma, within the text, Power BI. Okay, what is the starting position? 1, not found value 0. So let me click on enter. Okay, let me take, where is that? Find. Okay, 6. Okay, we got the output as 6. But for example, if I go with small BI and click on enter, okay, we are getting 0. What is the difference between find and search? Find is a case sensitive. Search, one of the interview questions, what is the difference between find and search? Both of them are same. So it is used to find out the text within the text, but the output is position. Okay. Search is not a case sensitive, whereas find is a case sensitive. So this is the difference between search and find. The next function is upper lower, as usual, the way we have it, the data. So let me go to the table view, and now let us go through the lower function. First, let us go through the lower function. So what do I need to do? I will make this full name to lower. Okay, go to table tools, click on the new column. Okay. Straightforward function lower equal to lower. What is the text? Either we can enter the text or the column name. So let me enter full name as the text and click on enter. Okay, everything has become lowercase. Okay, changing the case to lower. Okay, that is lower. Let us apply upper. Okay, let us apply uppercase. Everything is being turned into uppercase. Upper, and what is the text? Converts the text string to all uppercase letters. So let me take the lower. Let me take the lower and click on enter. I see everything has become uppercase. So this is upper, lower. The next function, the last function of the text function is substitute. Okay, substitute. Let me go to modeling, or I can directly right click and click on new measure. Okay, so let me write substitute equal to. So what is substitute? So we can replace the text, same thing. Okay, substitute text comma old text comma new text replaces existing text with the new text in a text string. Okay, what is the text? So let me write the text as Google Power BI, comma. What is the old text? Google. What is the new text? Microsoft. Close the bracket and click on enter. Okay, let me take the card visual, and now let us go through the substitute. Okay, Microsoft Power BI. So this is substitute function. So these are all the text functions. Out of all the text functions, what is being used most of the times? Okay, so we use upper, lower, left to right to extract the data. Yeah, these are all the four functions that we regularly use in the project. Let us go through the calculated table. So how do we create the calculated tables? Let us see that. So what do we need to do? Now we need to go through the calculated tables. How do we create the calculated table? The first and foremost thing, go to modeling and click on new table. So what we are trying to do? Now we are trying to create the calendar table. Okay, now we are trying to create calendar table. Calendar table. So what does the calendar table? Calendar table is, calendar is the function which takes start date comma end date as the parameter. Okay, as the parameter. Okay, what does it do? It gives the complete dates, based on the start and end date. Okay, let us see that. Okay, calendar function, calendar. So returns a table with one column of all dates between start date and end date. Okay, we need to enter the start date comma end date. How can we enter the start date and end date? By using another function called as date function. Okay, by using another function called as date functions. What does the date takes? Year, month, comma, day. Okay, 2024, comma, what is the month? 01, comma, 01. From starting date till date again 2025, comma, month 12, comma, 31. So what we are trying to do, we would like to see the data, the date column from 2024-01 till 31st December 2025. Let me click on enter. Okay, go to table. Okay, now you see what we have got. We got the date column. Okay, we created a date table. Okay, so you see on the bottom left side calendar table with 731 rows. Okay, and the date, the column name is date and 731 distinct values. Okay, and on the top you see the table tools and the column tools. When I clicked on the column tools is automatically enabled. Okay, and what is the name of the column? Date is the column name. And what is the format? And what is the data type? Data type is date and time. But the thing is that everything is zero. Time that doesn't make any sense. So what do I do now? Let me make it into date data type. But if you see 01 January 2024, the format, I do not like the format. So expand the format. So what do you see? We see the short date, long date, we see DD, MMM, YYY. So we have a different types of formatting. Let me click on the short date. Okay, 01/01/2024. Okay, we have created a calendar table based on the dates, start and end date. Okay, this is calendar function. Okay, now let us go through the next function called as calendar auto function. Okay, so what is calendar function? Calendar function gives the complete, so we got complete date. Okay, complete date column based on the start and end date. Remember this. The next function is calendar auto function. Okay, calendar auto function. So what is the parameter does the calendar auto function takes? Calendar auto function takes fiscal year end month. Okay, calendar auto function takes fiscal year end month. Let us implement the calendar auto function. So let me go to this table and go to modeling and click on the new table. Okay, so let me type calendar auto function equal to calendar auto, enter. So what is the definition? Returns a table with one column of dates calculated from the model automatically. Okay, what it is saying? Calculated from the model automatically. So let me enter this. Okay, but it is giving some error. What is the error? Calendar auto function cannot find a base column of date time type in the model. Okay, what it is saying that, so I do not find, okay, I do not find any date column in the report, in the model. You would ask me one question stating that, so we already created calendar table function. So calendar table function contains date function, date column. Why can't? So this calendar auto function do not work on the calculated table date column. Okay, so what it is saying, there is no date time type in the model. Okay, now what do? I will go to modeling and I'll create a new table. Okay, let me enter the data, not the new table. Let me enter the data. Okay, what is the date? So let me enter order date. Okay, deliver date. Okay, order date and deliver date. So let me write 01/01/2024. Okay, 01/01/2025. Okay, now let me write 01/01. Okay, 31/12/2023. Okay, 31/12/2026. One more date. So let me write 12/12/2022. 12/12/2021. Okay, we created order, oh sorry, delivered date should not be going backward, 23. Okay, order, comma, delivered dates. Let me click on the load. Okay, now let us see whether the calendar auto functions work or not. Okay, it is loading. Order delivered dates are loading. Okay, now the data is loaded, and now you see the calendar auto function automatically executed. What happened? Let me go to table view. Let me click on calendar auto function. But if you see, calendar auto function is working on based on the order and delivery dates. Okay, calendar auto function is working based on the order delivered dates. But if you see, it is giving the dates from 01/01/2020 till 31/12/2026. But if I go here, I only see 6 dates: 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. The year started from 12th December 2022. But when I go to calendar auto function, it is giving the data from the beginning of the dates. Okay, what is the thing that you need to remember is calendar auto function. The first point, calendar auto function works only when the model, okay, when the model or report has date column. Okay, the first point to remember, you need to explain the same thing in the interview. Okay, one of the interview questions, what is the difference between calendar and calendar auto function? Second thing, okay, it gives, the complete date, from the beginning of the date, till end of the dates, so it gives the complete dates. If the date starts from, for example, if the date is 12th, okay, 31st December, okay, 31/12/2024. But when we apply calendar auto function, the date starts from 01/01/2024 till end of the year. Okay, it gives the complete year. And the next point, what is the next point? It takes fiscal year end month as the parameter. Okay, as the parameter. Okay, when we enter the fiscal year end month, okay, let me add that. Okay, for example, let me add fiscal year end month as 1. Okay, and let me click on enter. So it starts from the next month. Okay, you see 01/02/2022. So it is starting from the next month. Okay, let me make it into date column. Okay, now you see 01 February 2022. Now you will be able to understand. Let me click on 2 and enter. So it starts from the March. Okay, whenever we enter the number, okay, it takes fiscal year end month. When we enter the number of the month, when we enter month number, okay, it starts from the next month. So these are all the 3 points that you need to remember while answering the difference between the calendar and calendar auto function.